Fermented carbohydrate-rich foods like sourdough bread offer a unique and often underappreciated nutritional advantage. Through the natural fermentation process, they can modestly enhance the bioavailability of essential B vitamins, particularly thiamine, B1, and riboflavin, B2. This subtle transformation is not only fascinating from a biochemical standpoint, but also incredibly valuable in everyday nutrition. As more people turn to whole, traditional foods to support energy, digestion, and overall health, fermented staples like sourdough stand out as both nourishing and deeply satisfying. At its core, fermentation is a microbial process. In the case of sourdough, wild yeasts and lactic acid bacteria work together to ferment the natural sugars in flour over time. This slow, symbiotic process alters the structure of the dough and improves digestibility, but it also influences the vitamin profile of the final bread. These microbes, especially the lactic acid bacteria, can synthesize certain B vitamins as they metabolize the carbohydrates in flour. While the increases aren't dramatic, they are meaningful enough to make a difference, particularly for nutrients like B1 and B2 that are vulnerable to loss in highly processed grain products. Thiamine, B1, is crucial for the body's ability to break down carbohydrates and convert them into usable energy. In most refined grain products, B1 content is significantly diminished through milling and heat processing. However, when whole grain flour is used and allowed to ferment naturally, as in traditional sourdough, the fermentation process helps release more of the naturally occurring B1 from the bran and germ of the grain. Additionally, the mild synthesis of B1 by sourdough's microbial culture gives the final product a slight nutritional edge over non-fermented breads. Riboflavin, B2, another energy-supporting B vitamin, is also positively affected by fermentation. B2 is essential for the functioning of coenzymes that aid in energy production from carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Like B1, riboflavin is often diminished in refined breads, but sourdough made from whole or partially intact grains retains more of it. What's more, fermentation reduces certain anti-nutrients like phytic acid, which normally bind to minerals and some vitamins, inhibiting their absorption. As phytic acid breaks down during fermentation, the vitamins and minerals in the bread become more bioavailable, meaning the body can more easily absorb and use them. The taste and texture of sourdough bread reflect its unique fermentation process. Its signature tang and chewy crust are a testament to the living cultures that make it rise slowly and naturally. But beyond the sensory pleasures lies a more functional value. Sourdough is easier to digest than conventional bread, partly because the fermentation process begins breaking down gluten and starches in advance. This predigestion can ease the workload on the digestive system, allowing the body to focus more energy on nutrient absorption, including that of essential B vitamins. It's worth noting that not all sourdough is created equal. Commercial versions made with shortcuts or added yeasts may not go through a full fermentation process and may not offer the same nutritional benefits as traditional sourdoughs that ferment over 12 to 24 hours. Authentic sourdough made from whole grain flour and fermented slowly by natural cultures offers the richest profile of vitamins, fiber, and beneficial compounds. It's a bread that has been part of human diets for thousands of years, refined by tradition and perfected by time. When paired with other B vitamin-rich foods, such as avocado, eggs, hummus, or leafy greens, sourdough bread becomes part of a nutrient-dense, balanced meal that supports energy metabolism and keeps the body fueled in a stable, sustained way. For those who enjoy bread as a staple but are looking to make more nourishing choices, choosing fermented grain options like sourdough is a gentle yet powerful step toward better nutrition. Incorporating fermented carbohydrate foods into the diet is not just about adding variety or flavor, though they certainly offer both. It's about embracing foods that are alive, functional, and deeply supportive of the body's natural processes. Sourdough, with its modest boost in B1 and B2, shows how fermentation can subtly elevate everyday staples, turning something as simple as a slice of bread into a source of nourishment that energizes, restores, and connects us to the wisdom of traditional food preparation.